All right, so we're starting with a side plank, making sure when you set yourself up, you want to make sure your elbow is right underneath of your shoulder. You're going to have feet stacked on top of each other before you start. You're going to pop up. Your top foot's going to go behind you. So we're going to get into your glute med here, your peroneals, okay? And then on this back leg, we're working the adductor. You really want to focus on pulling those ribs up and in nice and tight, and you're holding this position.
So here we're going to show you another exercise to work on proper oblique engagement with your diaphragm, your serratus, and maintaining a neutral lumbopelvic alignment. This is a 90-90 bridge. We're going to show you a variation of it that incorporates both arms reaching in the serratus muscle to help inhibit some of those PEC patterns. Again, this is not our technique. This is through PRI. So you're going to need a small ball or a towel, something to place in between your knees. And you want to be positioned on your back with your hips and knees bent to about 90 degrees, feet up on a wall. Your feet should be about shoulder width apart, or wherever you would do a squat at. You'll feel like your knees are angled in a little bit, and that means you're in perfect position. So from here, what we want to do is gently press into the wall with your feet so you feel your whole foot into the wall. I want you to pull down with your heels until you feel your hamstrings start to engage and your tailbones start to curl up off the floor. Now, we don't want to lift your butt off the floor, just your tailbones start to curl. You're going to reach towards the ceiling with both arms until you feel your shoulder blades start to lift. Your back should feel kind of pressed into the floor there, and I want you to take a nice breath in through your nose as you reach for the ceiling. Exhale everything out of your lungs you can possibly get. Hold that exhale for 3, 2, 1. In through your nose and reach. And exhale out. As she's doing this, she's maintaining that pull with her hamstrings. Again, in through your nose and reach. And exhale out. We're still hugging the ball with your knees. 2, 3. One more time, in through your nose and reach. And exhale out. Hold that exhale. 2, 3, and relax. So this is a great technique to do at the end of a workout. Calms the central nervous system, shuts down some of those big muscle movements, muscle movement patterns that you go into, that PEC pattern that we get with high threshold activity. And it's a good way to not only calm your body, but calm your mind after an intense workout. All right, so what we're going to show you now is an exercise called the serratus wall squat. Full disclosure, this is not our exercise. This is a Postural Restoration Institute technique. But this is something I like to use with a lot of my athletes, people who get stuck in these, what they term a PEC pattern. So high tone in the erectors, the paraspinals, hip flexors, people with a large lordosis, anterior tilt. This is the way I like to try to take them out of that and teach some proper lumbopelvic control, hip positioning, and ankle dorsiflexion with a squat. So the way we position here, you want to be standing at the wall with your elbows directly in front of your shoulders. Make sure you're not leaning into the wall. And before we go anywhere, the first thing we need to correct is make sure you got your ribs pulled in and your tailbone tucked underneath you. There we go. So from here, you're going to take a breath in through your nose. And as you breathe in, you're pushing the wall away with your elbows. Exhale everything you can possibly get out of your lungs. You're going to try to drop your butt straight down and allow your knees to fall towards the wall. Get all the air out. You're going to hold it for a count of 3, 2, 1. Breath in through your nose. Push the wall away again. Exhale everything out. Try to drop a little further if you can. Notice she's not rising up out of this squat. Breath in. Exhale back out. Notice she is also not allowing her lumbar spine to extend as she inhales. This is very important. We're trying to down-regulate a movement pattern here. We're trying to down-regulate the paraspinals, the hip flexors during a squat. So we do about 4 to 5 breaths in a set here. Relax, and I typically have people do about 3 sets, and then try some squats afterwards and notice the difference you feel at your ankles and your hips.